Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, I suppose, or evening, whenever you're watching this. It is Veterans Day, November 11th, 2019. And as the giving season approaches, I thought I would try and do something in my own way and try and get as much reach as possible because my wife gave me a really good idea. And before I kind of jump into the idea, and you probably already seen it from the title of the video here, a little clickbaity, I'm sure. Uh, she gave me this idea and she says, Eric, your beard is kind of your thing and people know you because of that, and it's big and it's it's kind of robust. And she said, well, wouldn't it be cool if you shaved it off for charity? And then it kind of morphed into this as I was kind of talking to people about it. It morphed into this, well, what if I want you to keep the beard, Eric? And then people at my work were like, no, Eric, you need to shave this thing off. And then other people were like, but that's your thing. And I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. But I thought it would be really fun to have a competition to see if my beard survives or if I have to shave it off, and I'll shave it off for everybody and take video of it. And you guys get to see the fact that I have no chin and that I'm compensating for no chin. So I don't usually say this a whole lot, but I do want to say, if you are watching this, please do share this as much as possible. Not you can subscribe if you like, but that's not really the point of this. The point of this is to get as much money for a couple charities that you see on the screen in front of you. I've created 2 campaigns, so please share this as much as possible. Get the word out, because I'd like to raise money for 2 foundations that are very important to me and I think are do really good work, and I've chosen them for a lot of very important reasons, and I want to talk about that here in just a second. So I'm really making a call out. Please share this video. Please get it in front of other people so that they can see it and they can click the links below and donate, because giving season is coming. Thanksgiving is approaching, and I figured we'd run this for 2 weeks and then we'd kind of see how it goes, and then I'd give you the update, and then we'd go ahead and figure out what happens. So here's the idea. The idea is, I'm going to shave my beard if one charity wins, or I'm going to keep the beard if the other charity wins. And I picked 2 charities, okay? And the 2 charities are the Sinise Foundation and the Fallen Firefighters Foundation. And there's 2 reasons why. There's reasons why I picked both of those charities specifically. And the Sinise Foundation is the one. Let's be very clear. If you want me to shave the beard and you want to see the weak chin that I have underneath, please donate to the Sinise Foundation. Okay, I've set up 2 GoFundMe accounts. You see the links down below. And then also, if you want me to keep the beard, okay, you like it, you think it's my brand, it's whatever, donate to the Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Okay, so here's the thing I want to be very clear on. Because I set this up through GoFundMe, none of the money comes to me. I don't touch it. I never see it. It immediately, I believe, according to GoFundMe's rules, after 14 days or something, the money kind of gets held for 14 days, and then it gets sent off to them. So none of the money comes to me, period. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. It's not for me anyway, okay? So that's the goal, okay? And I want to keep it. That's my little plug. I want to keep it. But, let's keep in mind, this is for charity. So, I will do it. I'll take a video. My wife said she'd videotape if that does happen. So, okay. So, let's talk about the 2 foundations a little bit. And I talked to Ed Bullion and Rob Pitts about this, because I was like, should I do this? Should I not do it? What do you think? Would it work? Would it not work? What's the what are the chances of success? And Ed said, Eric, the beard's your brand. If you shave it off, you lose your brand. It's all gone. And I'm thinking, well, that's probably true, but that's kind of the point. It's kind of for fun, right? The idea is to raise money for charity. And the thing is I can always grow it back. So, yeah, and then my boss at work was like, Eric, we really want you to shave this. And I told him, well, when it comes around, pony up a couple bucks, so hopefully they can, pony up a couple dollars for me to shave the beard. And I kind of created 2 arbitrary numbers, basically $1,000 for each campaign. If it goes over that, great. If it doesn't, also great, but I'd like to see this get as big as possible. So again, please share the video, just so that we can get the word out. Again, like and share if you can. If you want to subscribe, cool. That's not really the point. Okay. So, I talked to Ed and Rob, and, those guys are great, and they're loads of fun, and they're always very helpful to me. So, hopefully I'm going to pass this on to them, and they can pass on, because they've got a very large network and can reach a lot of people at once. So that would be really cool if they could do that as well, as long as you sharing as well as you sharing this too. So I picked the Gary Sinise Foundation to shave my beard because I think Gary Sinise and his foundation does some amazing work. And there was, ironically, I had this chosen for about a month now. And let's go over to Gary Sinise's foundation. I want to show you this a little bit. Almost 90% of all the money that goes to the foundation goes to people, okay? And you can check out their financials if you want. Suffice to say, I've looked at them myself. I'm not going to open up in front of you. You can go ahead and do that if you want. But very little goes to administration and very little goes to fundraising. That was a huge component for me when picking charities. The money goes actually to the people, not to administrative costs like some other foundations that are out there, okay? So there are some that, don't spend nearly as much on their, program expenses, i.e. going to the actual people who need it, and some who really do. Gary Sinise Foundation and the Fallen Firefighter Foundation also have very high numbers of percentage of funds going to the people. So that's why I chose these two charities. They're more about giving to the other people than and making sure that their organization lives. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the Gary Sinise Foundation. There was just a story on a Sunday morning program. I cannot remember the name for the life of me, but he does a lot of really good stuff. Ever since he was in Forrest Gump, he played Lieutenant Dan. And he got a chance, even though he never was in the military, he had some family who was, and decided that he would start a foundation. And what's funny is a lot of people haven't heard of Gary Sinise Foundation in the respect that he tends to keep it kind of quiet, but does a lot of really big things. So if you haven't heard about it, please go check it out. They do really good work, in my opinion. I've heard that they send kids to Disneyland, and it's mostly a military family organization, but also does concerts and a bunch of other things. And the thing I like about it is he's fairly humble about it. He doesn't go out and brag about it. He's not on the news touting it all the time. He's not talking about building awareness. He's actually talking about doing actual things for people, not just building awareness of an issue. Okay, so he's actually doing stuff for people, and almost 90% of all his donations go to the people who need it. So that's a big deal. I went to Charity Navigator. This is the overall, so if you want to check it out, let's see if I can zoom in here just a smidge so you can see a little bit better. There you go. Gary Sinise Foundation, 100 rating, 4 stars across the board, and huge scores. This is a pretty reputable place, charitynavigator.org, if you want to check them out. But they are kind of at the top echelon, okay? Program expenses, 90% go to the actual people who need it. So I can't really say enough of good stuff about it. So that's kind of why I picked him to shave my beard, because I have a feeling that I might end up losing it, and that's okay. That's what happens, and that's what I signed up for. So that's the big thing with them, okay? So yeah, just so you know, your money, I don't see any of it, and it goes immediately to Gary Sinise Foundation, which then goes to the actual people who need it. That's kind of the cool part, okay? The National Firefighters Foundation, this is them right here. My grandfather was a firefighter for the better part of 3 decades, and that one's kind of near and dear to me a little bit. So ironically, I asked to join the volunteer fire department in my town in Minnesota, and they said I had to shave my beard, otherwise it might catch fire if I'm running in and trying to save kids or something from a burning building. So they said, you have to shave the beard, and I kind of went, oh, who knows? So it's a win for everybody. If I shave it, then maybe they'll take me as a volunteer firefighter. And if I don't have to shave it, then at least the firefighters get a couple bucks to help the families of fallen firefighters who've died in the line of duty. So everybody wins. That's the whole part about this. I want everybody to win, and I want you to know it's on the up and up. That's why I've done the GoFundMe route as opposed to me collecting and then passing. No, that's not really the thing. I'm not really interested in that thing. So here is the National Firefighters Foundation through Charity Navigator. Again, I want to show you that I've done a little bit of research and that this is not just some willy-nilly sort of, pick 2 charities out of a hat sort of thing. So 90, a score of 90. They are in the kind of that upper tier here. But again, program expenses about 85%, which is kind of what I found on their website as well. their financials look very similar. So while they have a little bit more in the fundraising expenses end, I don't think they have the brand and name recognition that Gary Sinise does. So I think they have to spend a little bit more on the fundraising part, which is in that 10% here. But again, it's not like some organizations whose I won't name because I don't want to get sued for one reason. But have closer to like 40% fundraising campaign dollars, and it's just not cool. So basically, here they are. Here are the two GoFundMe accounts. I'm going to put links in the description to donate to both of these folks. I picked a number, $1,000, but in reality, if it's a buck, hey, a dollar is a dollar, and we're coming around to that kind of giving season. My understanding, but please check this out independently as well, is this money is you can write it off in your tax donations at the end of the year. So just double check with GoFundMe, but that's what I do remember reading, that you will get a receipt for your donation. So there's if you're going to donate anyway, this is one way to do it. And also, you get to see my weak chin if you decide that's what you want to do. So I'm leaving it up to the internet to decide what to do between these two things. You've got two choices here: firefighters or military folks. And really, I don't think our society, at least as far as the kind of American way of doing things, would survive if we did not have the military or the firefighters. If I had a third option of doing some crazy thing, maybe we'd do something for law enforcement or medical professionals or something. But that's kind of where it landed. We had two choices. So again, please do share the video. I'm interested in people just seeing this so that they can donate, even if it's $1, 50 cents. I don't care. Any amount would be really helpful. Again, money goes to them, not me. And I really want to see this blow up. So we'll do it for 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks, and I'll come back right around Thanksgiving, give you guys an update, what happened, maybe a periodic update. But hey, I really appreciate everybody's time. Gary Sinise Foundation, if you want to shave it and see the 12-year-old underneath all the beard, or the Firefighters Foundation, if you think I should keep the beard because it's important and it's my brand or something, who knows. So if you want to keep it and you think it's cool, we're getting pretty good length here, pretty good coverage. So, kind of got this angular thing going, and I kind of like it. And I get made fun of for being the Captain Morgan guy on my billiards team that I play on every once in a while. So they give me a hard time, but that's okay. So anyway, please donate, please share, pass this around as many places as you can. That would be helpful. And good luck. I hope we raise more than that $1,000 per charity. I think that would be really awesome. So again, thanks everybody, and hope your holidays go well, and happy Veterans Day to everybody. See ya.